Well, hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is Angel Michael. I haven't been on here for a while because I have another channel. I've been busy with that one. Today I have a very important topic. It's called No Justice in America for Men and Boys. And I've sort of been avoiding some of the MGTOW videos lately because a lot of them really, when I start reading them and see the corruption that goes on in this country and how young boys and how men are treated, I get so angry that I can't read this stuff anymore because the hypocrisy in this country is unbelievable. And it just makes my blood boil, and I have to get away from it. But I saw this today from Imam, I forget his whole title, but he's a MGTOW guy. And I just could not pass up talking about this subject. But there's been another case of a young lady, she's 30 years old, from Bronx, New York, who has molested a 14-year-old boy now. She didn't lose her teaching license, and she's not going to jail. I mean, this hypocrisy in this country is unbelievable. If a guy did this to a young girl, not only would if he was a teacher, not only would he lose his ability to ever teach again, he'd be in jail for 25 or more years for molesting this girl. But yet, a woman does this, and then she will play on the sympathy card of people and give all kinds of excuses. But a guy could never do that. A guy could have been abused all through his whole life, and he's just playing out all this drama in his head, and still, he would not have to, he still would have to go to jail. I mean, this is just how corrupt and wicked this country is. And this just shows you how this country is full of hypocrisy, and feminism especially is what caused a lot of this. There's a senator by the name of Senator Mazie Hirono. I think she's from Hawaii. But she was making some comment after the Kavanaugh situation that men are supposed to just shut up and step up. Really, bitch? I don't think so. You are nothing but a loudmouth, no good piece of crap, lying your freaking ass off, telling men to shut up and step up. My freaking idiot woman. People like that should be kicked out of Congress permanently. You have any idea how hypocritical something like that is? We are constantly hearing about children being molested and abused by women. There's so much of it now that they won't even show it on the news. You have to go to the internet to hear about it. Because it goes against their narrative that women are these sweet little things that never do anything wrong. And we all know that women are human too. Believe it or not. And it just really grates on my nerves that people will just cater to people like this woman. You know, this incident, I don't really even care about Kavanaugh, to tell you the truth. It's just the hypocrisy aspect is what gets me. She has a nerve to get on national television and telling men what they should do and what they should not be doing. Scolding everybody like a little child. And she's the one who needs to keep her damn mouth shut. Well, anyway, my point I'm trying to make here, besides me getting angry, is the fact that the pure hypocrisy of our system. We in America are allowing young children and boys to be abused, tortured, and killed. And they just cover it all up. You know, the incident from a couple years ago with all the email through WikiLeaks, I believe is the main organization that presented all this information. It's on the internet, and you can't you can't say it doesn't exist because it's all out there about the Clintons and all these people in power, John Podesta, how they're abusing young children, torturing them, killing them. Some of them are even being eaten, which I know that's disgusting. But all that is going on, and it's going on in Hollywood too. They've been allusions to this for decades now. And it's finally starting to come out a little bit at a time. And yet we've got this people like this Senator Mazie running her big fat mouth, talking about men doing, should be ashamed of themselves. You should be ashamed of yourself for lying, you sack of crap. The people that are abusing children the most are people in power in our own government, and they're allowing worthless females who have mental problems, who have no business whatsoever teaching or being, because most of the women that are doing this are teachers and people that are in daycare facilities that are abusing children. And it's just kind of obvious to me that, well, not that men don't abuse anybody. I mean, that's just, humans are humans, no matter who you are. But it just comes to prove that women do bad things too. And this is just showing the utter hypocrisy. They don't even talk about this. They cover all this stuff up. That's what the news media does now. Instead of portraying the truth and being honest about it, they're being dishonest about it. But instead they are trying their best to not be biased towards anyone. They are. They're biased towards men. And they're presenting false information or lies, and they're covering all this up. And we are finding out about it because we have the internet. The internet is exposing all the hypocrisy and the wickedness that's going on in this country. And believe you me, it's going to come out, and soon these people that are abusing children, whether you're a male, female, or what, I don't care. Whether you're a male, female, polka dot, Chinese, alien from space, if you abuse children, you deserve to be destroyed. That's the bottom line. I don't care who you are. You should leave children alone. People like that are just sick, and they should not be allowed to be in power, period. People that abuse children, pedophiles, whatever you want to call them, everybody has their own little quirky names for these freaks, shouldn't be allowed to be anywhere near children. If it were up to me, they'd all be castrated, and the women, well, women don't castrate a woman, but have her ovaries removed, and never allowed to be anywhere near children ever again. This hypocrisy of Me Too needs to stop. I'm sorry, folks. Yeah, there are bad men out there, but listen, ladies, you are just as capable of doing bad things as a guy is, and to tell you the truth, you have more capability of doing bad than ever before, because you have the possibility of being close to all these children that guys don't have, because most guys don't work as teachers. They don't work in these, close relations with being around children at daycare centers and whatnot. Very few men aren't anywhere near children. So yeah, it's the women who raping the children. I'm sorry, but this really makes me angry. And these people are total hypocrites. And guess what? God is going to burn your butt in hell. And I'm sick and tired of this lying. All these people do are lie. From the moment they get on television, all they do is lie. The Bible says people that lie go to hell. And guess what? There's going to be a hell on earth very soon. The Lord's patience is running out. And this country is going to burn from sea to shining sea. You can laugh all you want to and say, oh, it's not going to happen. Well, I can tell you one thing. God is not going to put up with it for much longer. This country is the most degenerate. I mean, not that other countries aren't degenerate either. This country is the most wicked, vile place on earth. Have all these horrible people that are abusing, killing, murdering, eating children and getting away with it. And they will want to go say, oh, those bad men did something to that woman, and don't even have any proof of it. Well, guess what? Liars are going to die. First of all, they're going to be burned alive when this country is attacked by Russia. These crazy bitches who up here complaining with all their shaking their fingers and saying how superior they are to everybody else, this virtue signaling bullshit. They're gonna burn. When the Russian bombs attack this country, those loudmouth bitches are gonna burn. You think you're so hot and superior now? You're not gonna be so hot and superior when your worthless behind is roasting from an atomic explosion, burning your worthless butt up. Sorry guys, but this really, when I hear stuff about children, you know, I used to be a teacher, and you know, sometimes kids get on your nerves, but tell you the truth, the people that get on my nerves more than anything else are the parents, because they don't know how to raise their kids. And I had some really sweet kids that I really cared a lot about, and some of them just would come up and want to hug me and tell me they loved me, and I just melted. I mean, they're just great kids. Of course, some of them were monkeys and climbing all over everything, and some of them were mean, but that comes from the parents. You know, that what bad things that they learn comes from the people that they are around all the time. So, now I don't care what color they are, black, white, or whatever. All children are children, and they're all sweet for the most part. So I care a lot about children. And when I hear about some of these people in power and some of these uppity, snotty-nosed, disgusting feminists making horrible comments about men, it's always men doing stuff to the children. No, it's not. These disgusting feminist females are the one that doing all the abusing. They get away with it and they think it's funny. Some of the stuff I've seen on the internet just makes my blood boil. And if I had supernatural power, I would cause fire to come down from heaven and burn their worthless asses up. It makes me so angry. Well, anyway, I may have to cut out a couple of words here and there. I was really angry today after reading this article. But this is something that happens all the time. You know, and unlike feminists, I know that not all women are bad. They want to paint all men as bad. But guess what? I see people on an individual basis. Each person is different. I don't just blanketly call a whole group of people evil because of what one person did. I mean, that's pure lunacy. It's stupidity. But this is what some of these ideologues on the left do. Because you have one guy do something bad, they want to excoriate the entire male race. All men because of what one guy did. And then this whole deal with Kavanaugh, I mean, this is one guy, and this is something that it's not even been proven. That happened almost 40 years ago. Nothing really, basically, the FBI is not going to do anything about it because it's hearsay. But yet they're trying to paint it on national television that all men are bad, and that we're gonna make laws even worse and heavier on men because of what one guy did. You know, that's not fair. Of course, not saying that life is fair, but I mean, our justice system is supposed to be fair. But it's not. We've allowed evil people to rule our country, who allow these ridiculous, insidious feminists, who basically are nothing but female. I can compare feminism to being a white supremacist. It's a female supremacist group. And, you know, why would you want somebody like that in control of your government and helping pass laws? They, a lot of the people in the government themselves, even some of our Congress people are feminists, male and female. And they have this whole attitude that women have more rights than men. They won't admit that in public, of course, because that would upset some people. But it's the truth. You know, that guys do not have the same rights as women do anymore. That a guy can be accused of something without any proof whatsoever, and basically he loses his job, his livelihood, his reputation, and he's going to have a very hard time trying to, you know, make a living that way. And it's just not right. But guess what, folks? There's going to be hell to pay soon. You know, you can't continue to mistreat people and not get away with it. Let me give you a good example, a biblical example of that. You remember the book of Jeremiah, where the Lord basically sits as a judge, and he tells the people of Israel, because of all of their sins, he has judged them, and that he's about to take their freedom and their country away from them, and possibly their lives. And he explains to them all the terrible things that they've done. They were, you know, just like this country, the people won't admit this, but they are worshiping false gods. That is all the time going on. We've got these crazy satanic groups that are coming out now, putting up this Baphomet statue, and it's like, this is just supposed to be just normal, nonchalant, you know, everybody's worship the devil, it's okay. You know, all this crazy stuff is going on in this country too. That, the abuses in the court system, the Lord talks about that quite a bit. How people are being abused in the court system. And that happens in our country all the time, every single day. There is no justice in America. And because of it, we're going to pay a very high price. Very high price indeed. Am I saying that America's going to be destroyed tomorrow? No, I'm not a prophet. I do not know when this is going to happen. The Lord has a lot more patience than I do. Because if I was in charge, I would have wiped this country off the map years ago. I'm sorry, it's probably a good thing I don't have supernatural power, because I would have wiped it out till there's nothing left long before now. But let's see what else. Their sins, killing innocent babies. Well, yeah, they didn't have abortion like we had today because they didn't have the technology, but they murdered babies as part of their religion. And I see absolutely no difference in what they did back then and what they're doing now. They may not call it a religion, but feminism is a religion. I mean, they basically are worshiping themselves and their own vagina. I mean, just get on the internet and how they talk about their vagina like it's alive. And they're not joking. I'm not joking either. These people are insane. They're crazy in the head. They have demons all inside them. And they think it's okay to murder a baby, just like in the old days, during the time of the Israelites. Now, they would sacrifice a baby. What they would do, how they came about determining who would be sacrificed, they would have women. And believe it or not, some of the elites still do this. They have women that specifically get pregnant on purpose so they can have a baby, so they can use in their ritual abuse and sacrifice that child and drink the blood and eat the flesh. And I know that's disgusting, but it's the truth. That's what they do. And if you do any research, you'll find out that as well. And the reason they do it is because it's supposedly, believe it or not, and they're putting it in our food too. They're putting aborted baby fetuses and parts in our food and drink. And this is not conspiracy. If you do any research, you will find articles on reputable newspapers now, online papers here, of them doing that. So it's hard for people to imagine that this is going on, but it is. That's another reason why Israel was destroyed, and why America is going to be destroyed too. Now, other countries doing this? Yeah. But who's leading the way of it? America. America is the first that started all this nonsense, and it's going to be the first to be destroyed. Now, of course, I know other countries, we've got other leaders of other countries that are just as debased as American leaders, but we are supposed to be the leader. We're the leader of the supposed free world. So we are going to get wiped out first. And then later, God is going to destroy the entire world because of sin. But America, her sins have reached heaven. It's high above the heavens. Just like the goblet in the book of Revelation, where the woman riding the beast, she's drunk on the blood of the saints. Well, those poor babies are saints in my opinion. They haven't done anything wrong. Most of them have been killed in the womb. And they haven't even had a chance to even be a living person yet, and they are killed. They have killed since 1973 60 million babies. And some of these obscene, disgusting females think that they have the right to do this. That it's just a blob of flesh, and that you're some kind of religious nut. When there's scientific proven that it's a living entity at 8 weeks. It's already a living entity. You know, men have like maybe 3 or 4 different ways to keep a pregnancy from beginning. Women have 30, at least 30 different methods. You know, the best method of all is to not have sex. How hard is that? If you don't want to have a baby, don't freaking open your legs. For goodness sake. You know, men have abstinence, which, of course, feminists and all this disgusting leftist, you know, they can't possibly control themselves. Well, I guess so if you're an animal. Most of these people are animals. You know, men have that, and then the condom, which is not 100% effective. And then there is a male pill, but the feminists have been against that from day one. So maybe eventually they will allow it to come to America, but right now they're not. But yeah, sin will find you out. In America, you're about to be punished severely. These storms that we're having is just the beginning. And yeah, I realize most of them are created by the government or the deep state. But God's allowing it because He said, these people have forsaken me. They do not live, even the ones that call themselves Christians are not living right. They're not turning from their sin. They're living in sin. They're abusing people. They're stealing from people. They're abusing the children of this country, and they're letting the politicians get away with it. And God is wiping His hands of this country, and pretty soon there's not going to be anything left because His anger is going to be filled up to the top of the brim of that cup, and He's going to let Russia come in and wipe this country out because of sin. Get yourself ready, folks. Jesus is going to be sending destruction on this country. Now, I'm not saying that the Christians are going to be killed here, but He protects those that love Him. But those that refuse to turn from their sin, refuse to live right, and depend on the Lord, they're going to be wiped out. Whole parts of this nation are going to be utterly destroyed. I'm not a prophet or anything like that. I don't say when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. The Lord's patience is a lot longer than mine is, that's for sure. But it's coming, folks. Get ready. Now, I'm cutting it short now. But anyway, this kind of stuff really makes me angry. Please feel like you can leave comments, but do not put ugly words and stuff. And hope you all have a nice day. Take care. God bless.